Have you ever followed a Feng Shui Tifeng a bell, placed a money toad, wore a red string, and then felt like your energy got heavier, not lighter? Like luck didn't arrive. It reversed. If that sounds familiar, hit like. And if you want real Feng Shui tips that actually work with energy, money, and flow, go ahead and subscribe now. Because here's the truth. A charm can amplify good energy, but if placed wrong, it can quietly block it, even reverse it. I've had a citrine crystal turn cloudy after sitting too close to tech. I've watched a Feng Shui bell stir up more tension than calm. And I've seen money literally stall in a house that had all the right charms, facing all the wrong ways. It's not about belief. It's about direction. Energy moves by signal subtle ones. And if your space is giving mixed messages, wealth doesn't know where to land. That's why today, we're breaking down 5 specific Feng Shui mistakes people make with common lucky charms. Not because they're careless, but because no one ever showed them the right way to use them. We're not throwing anything out. We're just tuning it. So it works with you, not against you. Let's begin. It looks like a small thing. A little golden toad, 3-legged, sitting on coins, a tiny piece in its mouth. Maybe you found it in a Chinatown shop tucked between incense sticks and wind chimes. Or you ordered it online, saw 5 stars, read the words wealth charm, and thought, why not? You brought it home. You placed it near the front door, facing out, like a brave little soldier heading into the world to find your fortune. And then something shifted. It wasn't dramatic, but the lightness you expected didn't come. A few unexpected bills. A business deal that went quiet. You felt like something just slipped through your fingers. In Feng Shui, the money toad isn't a treasure hunter. It's a wealth returner. It brings abundance home. That's why it has only 3 legs. Because it's not built to run. It's built to circle back. When you place the toad facing outward, you're telling your energy, go, leave, search far from here. But when you face it inward, toward your living space, your heart, your work, you're inviting fortune to return, to stay, to settle in. That one shift flips the entire conversation your house is having with the world. This is the archetype of the open giver. They say yes. They stay late. They cover the tab. They work hard, they hope deep, and they give from the heart, but still feel like the results leak. It's not that they aren't enough. It's that their space may be whispering the wrong message. Not intentionally, just habitually, just by direction. Imagine watering a garden, but the hose points away from the soil. Or throwing a party, but facing all the chairs toward the exit. The toad is a symbol. And symbols, when pointed wrong, become exit signs instead of invitations. In homes, placement isn't decor. It's dialogue. Everything you put down speaks. It speaks to your subconscious. It speaks to your energy. It speaks to what comes next. When your toad faces the world, your flow follows it. But when it turns toward you, your focus, your fortune, and your peace get a place to land. From a science view, spatial orientation alters behavioral cues. Where things point influences how we move, feel, and believe. When you reset symbolic direction, you reset expectation, both in the brain and in the room. So, if you have one of these golden friends, go find him. Pick him up with both hands. Feel his little weight. Thank him for standing guard. Then breathe. Turn him gently inward, toward your dining table, your desk, your dreams. Place him down. Say softly, "Come back. Land here. Stay." It doesn't need to be louder than that. Energy listens in whispers. And if you're wondering if it makes a difference, watch what shifts over the next few weeks. The mailbox might surprise you. The job call might come through. The anxiety might lift, just enough to breathe easier. It's okay if he's been moonwalking toward the driveway this whole time. Toads are patient. So is abundance. Now he's home. And if you're lucky, he brought company. It sounds beautiful. A soft ring in the distance. A shimmer of sound that lingers for a breath or two. You walk past it, and it responds light, delicate, like a whisper from something older than memory. Maybe you hung it near your door to attract luck. Maybe someone gave it to you and said, "This brings good energy." So you found a hook, hung it, listened, and felt something. But then things got noisy. Not just the sound. Your mind. Your house. Your days. You couldn't explain it, but there was a tension under the chime. A kind of restlessness that didn't go away. And every time the wind blew or the door opened, the bell rang again. Like it was reminding you of something you forgot to look at. In Feng Shui, a bell chime is more than a decoration. It's a signal, a metal element conductor, a messenger between intention and atmosphere. It cuts through stagnant energy. It activates wealth qi. It wakes up quiet corners. But only if it's placed where the energy knows where to go. If not, it just stirs dust. It just repeats noise. When you hang a chime near clutter, sharp corners, or in a house that's already overwhelmed with motion and information, you don't create clarity. You amplify chaos. The bell starts echoing what's wrong instead of calling in what's right. This is the emotional pattern of the restless optimizer. They want better. They feel like they're close, just one shift away from balance. So they try. They try harder than most. They buy the charm. They hang the tool. They trust the process. But the house is already buzzing. The energy is already thin. And the chime, placed without listening, becomes one more voice in a room that never gets quiet. You think it's broken. You think you did it wrong. But really, you were just speaking into a space that needed silence before sound. Imagine walking into a library and setting off a ringtone every 10 minutes. Imagine trying to meditate while your phone buzzes with calendar notifications. Imagine opening a window to let in fresh air, but facing it straight at a highway. Sound travels, but it doesn't always land where you hope. From an energy standpoint, metal chimes carry yang qi, sharp, focused, upward moving. They slice through stillness. They wake up energy, which is beautiful, unless what you're waking is confusion, not clarity. And if you place a chime by your bedroom door, or above your headspace in the office, or directly above the trash bin by the garage, you're letting that sharp, focused yang energy echo into the places where your wealth and peace are trying to rest. The result? Irritability, fatigue, a strange loop of effort without reward. Even your money energy starts to feel like it's sprinting in circles. Active, but aimless. Buzzing, but broke. So what do? First, stop listening with your ears. Listen with your body. Walk through your space slowly. Notice what parts feel noisy, even when nothing's playing. Then find the places that feel like pauses. The thresholds, where two rooms meet, where a hallway softens into a corner, where light falls across quiet space. That's where the chime belongs. not where it screams. Where it speaks. Take it down. Dust it. Touch it like it's a voice you forgot to hear. Then hang it up, gently. Not too high. Not where it swings wildly. Just where the wind kisses it, not grabs it. Say something under your breath if it helps. Clear the path. Or, only luck may enter. Then, walk away. Let the air carry it forward. It's okay if you hung it wrong the first time. You were trying to listen. Now you are. And when the bell rings next time, don't expect thunder. Expect a nudge. The kind that brings a check you didn't ask for. Or a phone call you thought was long gone. Or just a night of sleep that actually works. And if this feels familiar, if you've got a bell hanging in your home right now and something in you just sighed reading this, then this is for you. This is Feng Shui that speaks in energy, not noise. This is what wealth sounds like when it stops trying so hard to arrive. It starts small. A thin thread. A quiet gesture. You saw someone wear it, maybe a friend, maybe a stranger, maybe a monk in a documentary with subtitles you didn't fully follow. So you searched for one. Found it online, in a little pouch, maybe blessed, maybe not. You tied it around your wrist, not too tight, not too loose. It felt good, like something old remembering you. You didn't say much about it, but secretly you hoped it would help. Keep the bad energy out. Hold the good stuff in. Keep your energy close. But then, slowly, something shifted. You got more reactive, a little more tense. Sleep got lighter. Thoughts ran longer. You felt like your heart was trying to beat two drums at once. The red string didn't feel like protection anymore. It felt like pressure. In Feng Shui and Taoist traditions, red string is a fire charm. It holds yang, energy active, bold, hot. It's meant to cut through darkness, protect against unseen things, and anchor you to intention. But like any fire, if placed on the wrong kindling, it doesn't warm you. It burns. When worn without preparation, or on a person whose energy is already running, overthinking, overdoing, overwhelmed, it doesn't settle the storm. It joins it. And then suddenly, the charm becomes a trigger. This is the archetype of the energetic overachiever. They try all the things. They light the sage, they buy the crystal, they burn the candle, they journal at 11:11. They mean well. But under all that action is exhaustion. Not because they're broken, but because they never stop trying to fix what was never wrong with them in the first place. So they wear the string. And instead of feeling shielded, they feel watched, tightened, on alert. Imagine putting an amplifier next to a microphone that's already too loud, or pouring espresso into a body that's already jittering. Fire on fire doesn't heal. It blazes. The red string is not a cure. It's a conductor. It moves energy, both yours and what you let in. Science-wise, red is a known stimulant. Color psychology shows it raises heart rate, triggers the fight or flight system, and increases alertness. In spiritual practice, those effects can help in rituals of clarity or protection. But without balance, it tips the nervous system out of center. Especially when worn 24/7, while sleeping, working, or arguing with your phone bill. So what do? You pause. Hold your wrist. Feel the thread. Is it warm? Is it tight? Does it still feel like it's yours? If the answer is no, then honor the moment. Remove it gently. Thank it for its effort. Burn it safely. Or bury it in salt for a few nights. Then ask yourself, do I need protection or do I need peace? There's a difference. If you still want a charm, reach for one with earth or water energy. Jade, smoky quartz, even just your breath and a closed door. Let yourself cool before you carry fire again. Sometimes, not wearing something is the real protection. And Nothus isn't failure. It's fluency. You're learning how your energy speaks. It's okay if you thought the red string would fix everything. It's okay if you thought you needed to be protected from the world. Maybe what you needed was to feel safe with yourself. And hey, if this is the kind of Feng Shui wisdom you love, quiet, soulful, but real, go ahead and subscribe. Because there's more where this came from. And your space? It's just starting to talk back. It looks like sunlight in solid form. Citrine. That golden crystal, smooth and glowing, like it's been holding on to morning light for centuries. People call it the merchant stone, the abundance magnet, the crystal of wealth. So you get one. You hold it, maybe on your palm or around your neck. You tuck it into your wallet or place it near your workspace. It makes you feel like something good might finally stick. Like money might stop slipping away. Like energy might settle where you are, not where you were. But after a few days, or a few weeks, that golden glow feels quieter. Your clarity fades. Your motivation dips. You start forgetting why you picked it up in the first place. It's not broken. It's full. In Feng Shui and energy healing, citrine isn't just a pretty rock. It's a conductor, an amplifier, and this is what most people miss. A collector. It pulls in your intentions, yes, but also your distractions. It absorbs the tension in the room, the chaos in your calendar, the frustration from yesterday's emails, the unsaid fears sitting in your bones. And unless you clear it, you're asking a sponge to shine. This is the emotional pattern of the silent soaker. They take on everything. They hold space for others. They try to stay positive. They wear the crystal. They read the affirmations. They even light a candle and speak their goals into the stone. But they never give it a chance to breathe. Because somewhere along the way, they believed being strong meant never needing a reset. And so they keep pouring more into a charm that's already full. Hoping it'll work. Hoping they'll finally feel different. Imagine trying to write on a whiteboard that's never been erased. Imagine filling a cup that's still holding yesterday's coffee. Imagine placing a new wish inside a drawer filled with receipts from things you no longer want. That's what using uncleared citrine feels like. You're not manifesting. You're recycling. In energy terms, crystals hold charge. And when that charge is clouded through time, emotion, or environment, it doesn't flow. It distorts. It creates static instead of signal. And that static can feel like confusion, fatigue, even financial fog. So what do? You pause. You pick it up. Not like an accessory, but like a mirror. Look at it. Really look. Does it still sparkle? Does it feel warm, or heavy, or dull? Then clear it. You don't need anything fancy. Cool water. A bowl of sea salt. A sliver of sunlight. A few words whispered under breath. Let go. Reset. Begin again. Let it sit overnight. Let it empty. Then, only then, place it back where you want your wealth to land. On your desk. In your hand. Next to your dreams. Not because it will bring you money, but because it will stop blocking the part of you that already knows how to receive. It's okay if you didn't know. Most people don't. But now you do. And now, your energy has a chance to start clean. This is Feng Shui that listens. That teaches you to clear before calling in. That reminds you that wealth isn't a wish, it's a frequency. And frequency needs space. If that lands, and you want more of this kind of clarity, not just tips, but real energy wisdom, subscribe now. There's more to come. And the next video might hold the one thing your money energy's been waiting for. It's one of the most beautiful things in a Feng Shui home. A crystal ball, clear and smooth, hung by a red string near a window or a door. When the sun hits it just right, it throws rainbows across the room. Little fragments of color dancing on the wall, like luck is arriving in light. You saw it somewhere. Maybe in a picture. Maybe at your acupuncturist's office. Maybe your friend who swears by Feng Shui said, "You need one of these to lift the energy." So you bought one. Hung it by a window. Maybe even placed it in your so-called wealth corner. And waited. But instead of feeling light, things stayed off. Not terrible. Just static. Slower money. A weird tiredness. A sense that your space was trying to bloom, but the soil hadn't shifted. In Feng Shui, a crystal ball isn't just about sparkle. It's about amplified direction. It reflects. It refracts. It redirects, key especially in homes where energy stagnates or clashes. But when placed in the wrong spot, where it collects dust, faces a cluttered wall, or sits in permanent shadow, it can do the opposite. Instead of calling in light, it traps confusion. Instead of shifting luck, it bounces it in circles. This is the emotional rhythm of the well-intended misdirector. They try. They truly try. They buy the charm, hang it with care, even follow the book. But they don't pause long enough to ask, is there actually light here? Is this where energy moves or just where there's space on the hook? So the ball swings quietly in a corner no one notices, collecting light that never comes, repeating patterns no one questions. It's like setting a GPS but forgetting to turn off airplane mode. Like buying a new pair of shoes for a path you haven't cleared, or turning on a lamp in a room with no outlet. The crystal ball works, but only if the energy around it knows what to do when it reflects. In Feng Shui theory, crystal balls are used to correct energetic arrows, to soften harsh edges, to expand visibility in small spaces. They redirect what's already in motion. But they don't create flow. They clarify it. And if your energy is scattered, your wealth area buried in paper piles, or your windows fogged with old thinking, that clarity gets murky. The ball becomes a mirror, not a messenger. It repeats what's stuck, not what's possible. So here's what you do. Check where it hangs. Is there sunlight? Actual, direct, moving light? Does the ball feel alive? Or just still? Take it down. Wipe it clean with a soft cloth, not just for dust, but for memory. Hold it up to the window. Let the sun hit it again. Watch the colors dance. Then ask, where do I need clarity most? Maybe it's your workspace. Maybe it's near your dining table. Maybe it's in that one corner of the hallway you avoid. Then hang it there, not because you were told to, but because light asked for it. Sometimes, Feng Shui isn't about placing things where they should go. It's about helping your energy remember where it wants to land. The crystal ball doesn't lie. It reflects what's already present. And if you're ready to see it, you can finally shift it. You don't need more sun. You just need to stop hiding from the one already shining on your space. This is the last charm. But maybe it's the first time you're seeing your home as a conversation, not a container. And if you've made it this far, if something in this landed or made you rethink even just one small object in your space, then like, subscribe, and stay close. Because Feng Shui isn't about belief. It's about attention. And when your attention shifts, luck follows. Sometimes we think Feng Shui is about what we bring into our home. The toads, the chimes, the strings, the stones, the shine. But most of the time, it's about what we forget to clear. Because no charm can fix what our attention ignores. And no energy can land if we don't give it space to breathe. These 5 Feng Shui mistakes aren't just decorating errors. They're echoes of how we move through money, how we carry luck, how we believers stop believing in flow. So maybe tonight's not about doing more. Maybe it's just about moving one charm, turning one toad, cleaning one crystal, listening for one sound you forgot you'd silenced. And if this brought you even one moment of, oh, that's what's been off, then hit like. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Not just because it helps the channel, but because it helps you come back to the kind of Feng Shui that feels like coming home. Drop a comment and tell me, which charm surprised you most? Or which one you're quietly ready to reset? And when you're ready to go deeper, watch this next video on Feng Shui house numbers that either drain or charge your wealth energy. Because the outside of your house speaks just as much as the charms inside. Your space speaks. Wisdom listens.